Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's EAC webinar. My name is Jessica Mogelson, and I'm the Marketing Coordinator here at EAC. Today, we will be talking about how you can utilize ThingWorx Navigate to get better access to your Windchill data. We will begin today's session with an introduction of EAC, and then Todd Kraft, our Technical Account Manager, will provide us with an overview of ThingWorx Navigate along with a product demonstration. This session is being recorded. Unless there are any technical difficulties, everyone will receive a replay after the webinar. Please feel free to drop questions in the chat and we will answer them after the presentation. I do see some familiar names, but for those who don't know who we are, we'll start off with a quick introduction of EAC. At EAC, we are dedicated to help companies transform the way they design, manufacture, connect to, and service their products. We do this by offering engineering and design services such as software support, implementation, training, and product and part design. We have a range of products and services that we sell, including CAD, Product Lifecycle, and Service Lifecycle Management software, as well as the Form 2 desktop 3D printer. We implement the Internet of Things and augmented reality into business strategies, offer help with design and engineering products, and we offer training courses and webinars for continuous learning. We've partnered with PTC to deliver today's leading industry software, and we are specifically focusing on PTC's ThingWorx Navigate software and how you can provide access into your Windchill data. With our wide product lines and capabilities, we offer a number of webinars to keep everyone updated with new features, tips, and tricks. Tune in on October 17th to learn about what's new in Creo 5.0. We also invite you to join us on October 22nd to learn how you can easily create affordable 3D prints with the Form 2. You can find all of our upcoming webinar topics on our website at www.eacpds.com/events. With that, I'll pass it on to Todd to discuss how you can get better access to your Windchill data using ThingWorx Navigate. Todd, take it away.
So first of all, the theme of today's presentation is really that the product data is a company's most valuable asset, so it really shouldn't be kept a secret. So some research shows that only 0.5% of the data that is created is ever analyzed and used in most companies. So that needs to change. And by some estimates, about a 10% increase in data accessibility will result in more than 65 million additional net income of a typical Fortune 1000 company. So that's a quote from Bernard Marr. So there's significant value in making data accessible, and really the intention of ThingWorx Navigate and the EAC Productivity Apps is really to help that happen and to really give that the rest of the organization access to product information. Typical current approach today that happens is that the people that access and use the data are usually the authors. Okay, that's a problem because sometimes the information is too complex or the system's too complex for other people in different roles to access information. So we hear a lot of times from people and companies that they have to get the information and filter it through designers and engineers who are really the authors of the data. But that's also taking valuable time away from them as designers and engineers when their primary role is to design and develop products. So the ThingWorx Navigate solution gives those roles access to the data with a very simple role-based app to get the information they need to get, whether it's drawings, part numbers, bills of materials. They want accurate, up-to-date information that's inside the Windchill system, and now we have a way to get that to them just as they need it. All right, so just a refresher of what Navigate is. It's purpose-built. It's for a role to complete a task, like get a drawing, get an IGES file, get a step file, whatever the task is, to get the information that they need. Okay, so whether it's a bill of material, a drawing, and then it's very easy for them to get there. So it's on a tablet or it's on their computer, on their phone, no need for training, very simple, easy to get to like any kind of app is. The benefits here, there's no Windchill upgrade necessary. It's very simple, easy to deploy. It's ready out of the box. There's also simple tailoring, which means that when a person from production logs in, they only see the items that are most important to them and the things that they will need to do. So very simple, just filter out the noise and get the data they need. And ending in reduced errors, increase efficiency, and reduce costs across the company. Okay. Now, EAC has some productivity apps of their own. So PTC has developed some out-of-the-box apps, which I'll go through, and then I'm also going to highlight the EAC apps for Windchill that have been developed as well. There's 4 of them specifically. There's the quick access, the part access, the the bill of material reports, and there's one more I'm going to show you in a minute. And also, these apps are available to purchase from EAC, and we really have a very simple method for subscription pricing. Basically, it depends on how many users there are. Okay, so there's the prices on the right side there, whether you're a small or a larger company. And so you have access to all the apps from EAC as we develop them, and you can just plug it in to your system very simply. So if you want more information about this, please get a hold of your sales account manager, and they will take you through this. So let's go ahead and do a demonstration here. This will be pretty short. I'm just going to go through the PTC out-of-the-box apps first, and then we'll go ahead and go through the EAC productivity apps as well. Okay, so first we'll start with the PTC out-of-the-box apps. Here you have these 7 view design files, view a drawing. Again, it's just presented with in a very simple way of what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for, let's go to the right side. I want to go to a part structure. We have some items here that were recently searched upon, or I can search for part numbers or names up on the top as well. Okay, this engine's actually the one I want to see, so I'm just going to click on that. It shows me a thumbnail and also the information about that object, when it was checked in, what release date it's in. And at any time, if I want to see it inside of Windchill, I just click on the View in Windchill button right here, and that takes me right to that object inside the Windchill folder that I would see inside the Windchill interface. But this is a simple little interface, a UI, giving me a simple access to the design information. Okay, if I pick on like this crankshaft here, it highlights it for me on the right side. This is a 3-dimensional image I can drag around. It showed me the crankshaft up there. If I go to this intake assembly, it shows me where it's at inside that assembly. I can also change, and I can go to this intake assembly. That's my selected object now. And now I'm seeing the part structure of this assembly. If I go to the view parts list, see I have quick access to all these icons here. If I want to see a view parts list, I can see a flat list of all the parts in here. If there's a drawing file for this, if there's a design file for it, I will see that right here as well. If I want to open this in 3-dimensional in Creo View, I can just click on it, and then I have access to it inside of Creo View. Okay, and I have all the regular items I can have access to. Typically, I can move files around if I want to inside of Creo View. I can create markups. I can do sectioning. All these things I have access to. And if I would save an annotation, the annotations would actually get stored in the appropriate locations inside of Windchill as well. Okay, so for 3D objects, for drawings, if they're Creo View objects, they'll open in Creo View automatically. Let's go back to this object here. If I pick on the intake part and just say, let's make that my active part. So very simple navigation. If I pick on the design files here, here's my IGES file and here's my step file. Okay, you can set up Windchill when you check objects in to create step files and IGES files that are always associative, always up to date, always accurate. with the latest design information. You can also create PDF files so that whenever you check an object in, a PDF file of the drawings created, and now nobody in purchasing or manufacturing will ever have to ask you for a design drawing again. They can go get the drawings themselves, okay? And that's the idea. Just, let's not keep the information in the company secret. Let's give people access to see the data they need to see. If I want to view a drawing, that's right here. If I say, let's see, I think O2, let's do a quick search for a drawing. Here's a few. If I pick on one of them here, it'll open up inside of Creo View probably, or no, this is actually, it's a PDF file, so it'll open up in Acrobat, of course, in a different screen over here. So here it is right here. All right, so there's our PDF file, multiple pages. Again, all these can get created automatically when you checked objects in. The last item here is a view document. Again, you can search for documents, Word, PowerPoint, PDF. If I just say open this in Word, here it opens up in Microsoft Word for me. And then I can go ahead and open it, check it out, revise it if I want to. Okay, so there's giving all this data is inside of Windchill. Let's not make it hard to get to. Okay, so that's the out-of-the-box apps. Let's go over to the EAC Productivity Apps. And I'm just going to go from left to right here. There's Quick Search, Quick Access, Bill of Material Reports, and Part Associations. Quick Search is like it sounds. It's a shortcut to product information. Okay, so if I just type in a search term, it'll find, say I have check marks here, parts, WT docs, or documents. It'll find all of those for me. If I pick on an assembly, it'll go ahead and show that assembly to me, and then I can download it as an IGES or a step file right from here. If I do a drawing, just do one drawing, I can go ahead and choose the rep I want to use, a simplified rep, and then go ahead and download it as a PLT or a PDF file right there. I can highlight a few at one time. It'll show me a column for each of these objects, and then the respective available items that I can download. Okay, PDF files, IGES files, a Word document. Okay, I even have some costing information in here, which gives me access. This ThingWorx Navigate is able to connect to ERP systems and get costing information or a quantity in stock, because this technology is very easy to connect to other systems within a company. So this can be a one-stop shop. Instead of, one thing we go to many customers and the recurring theme is, I've got 7 different systems to look information up, and they're all important. They all have a little bit different information. Well, ThingWorx Navigate can be configured in a way where you can get all information in one spot. Okay, so that's quick search. Quick access is next. Okay, this is really an app to improve the user experience, okay, of getting information and make them more productive. You can do problem reports, change requests, variances. I just have to tell it what items I want to look at here, and I can go ahead and find an assembly, and there it is right there. If I pick on the assembly, then that will show me an image over here, a 3D view of it, a drawing. Again, I have also a cost and a quantity in stock for each item that I'm going to go through. And this item, since it's selected, it gives me a markup available. It gives me related documents, PDFs, Word documents, problem reports that are active or are on this object, change requests or change notices that are active as well, what state they're in, and I can pick on these. These are active links, and it takes me right to the Windchill page where this change notice is. On the left side, you see I have new problem report, new change request, and new variance. So whatever item I pick on, if I pick on the oil pan, for example, I can pick on new problem report, and now I can author a problem report on this oil pan. You know, maybe some customer called me today and said they're having issues with them being leaky. I've had about 10 leaky oil pans in my life. I can put requesters here, category, I can put categories in here as well, just like I would put inside of a problem report inside of Windchill.
Todd, we do have a question that came in, and I think some of it you may have started answering, but what kind of reporting does Navigate have? For instance, how many drawings does Project ABC have? Can you export search results to Excel?
Repeat that one more time again.
Yep, so they want to know more of what kind of reporting does Navigate have? For instance, how many drawings does Project ABC have? And then how can you export search results? Can you do it to Excel?
Okay. Good question. I think that I have to take that one offline with somebody. We can talk through that one quite a bit. Really what the Navigate apps are going to do is not give you reports, but give you the objects that you're looking for, the drawings, parts, assemblies, step files. We can certainly have an app, and I'll show you. You'll see an app here. The next one will actually have a report in it, so it'll answer the question about what reports. Can you export it to Excel? I don't see why not. That could definitely, in the report that I'm going to show you, there's a button there that will export it to Excel. So I think you'll see a lot of the answers in the next app. So great, thank you for that question. There's really, just to answer the question as well, there's really no limit to what you can do. This platform is very friendly to creating searches, reports that people are looking for. So you won't get a lot of those things that you've asked for in the out-of-the-box apps that are available with PTC, but with the productivity apps, you'll get a couple of those, plus we can develop new ones as well. So furthermore here, you see I can do change requests, change notices right from here. Also, I wanted to point out is that the tailoring for these apps is pretty exhaustive. I can go, what kind of tabs do I want to show? I can configure the creation of problem reports and change notices. I can kind of, it kind of gets a little nerdy down here, but I can show what do I want to, these are available attributes that are available inside of Windchill. Do you want to see these or not? Okay, so we've exposed a lot of the information from Windchill, and you can choose when you do a custom problem report which attributes you want to see. Okay, so pretty amazing what kind of tailoring can be done here. So the next one we'll go through is bill of material reports. So that last question's on reports. And bill of material reports is a nice little app to provide people with a visual representation, of what the current item you're looking up is. Okay, so I can just go ahead and look at a product here. Let's just look at, forget the term here, exhaust maybe. Is that the one I want to see? Yeah, I want to see this valve exhaust assembly. It's a small assembly here. And it shows me I have 6 different items. And then it tells me in a report, in a pie chart, which ones are in work and which ones are released. So it gives me a progress of a bill of material, lists of which parts have to be released yet, and which ones are being, what user is working on what. It also gives me a cost here as well. Okay, and then here is an export button. And if I click export, I can save it right to Excel here. That kind of follows on with the question there that was asked just a few minutes ago. And here, if I drag it over again, it went to a different screen. Here's my export of that Excel file, of that bill of material into Excel. All right. All right, and this can be tailored as well. If I wanted to, whoops, go back here again, hit the little pencil here. I can do a bar graph or a pie graph, just to give you a little more information about the reporting here. And I believe that reporting for this can be even customized further. Which group do you want this to see? You know, manufacturing, purchasing. Okay. So let's go back. We have just one more to go through. It's called the part associations. And part associations, you can really just think of it as a shortcut to the information on that search. So I'm going to type in just like EAC, you know, and it shows me an assembly, and it'll give me a shortcut to all the describe by documents, PDFs documents, also all the CAD drawings. So this is a WT part that gives me all the associated part files, associated drawings, documents, CAD files, everything that's associated with this WT part.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the time that you took to be with us this afternoon.